Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome to the Battle of the Brands. So today I'm bringing you something a little bit different than my typical LEGO review. So if you haven't seen my most recent yard sale haul video, I bought this bag for $2 featuring these miscellaneous fake, knockoff, crappy, illegal minifigure reproductions from LEGO Star Wars, and I thought I would make a nice video to look at these knockoff characters, which mind, I did try and do a little bit of research to see where these came from, but I wasn't really able to find exactly where these came from. They're definitely knockoff characters, and you can definitely tell that by looking at the packaging, which we will be doing in due course, and I will be comparing some of these characters to ones that I already own in my collection, so look forward to that. So featured in that baggie we have 6 packs that feature either one character or 2 characters per bag. So I thought to start off I might as well open one of these just on camera because it's something that you don't typically see these types of fakes packaged like this. So let's open this one up. So for the first bag that I decided to open, we have Director Krennic as well as a K2SO. Now, first of all, I've never had one of these in my collection, and I actually think that this feels like a really nice character, even though we can definitely tell that this is a fake. You can see that there is no LEGO logo on this part of the arm, which I believe typically that they would have that there, as well as from the very back of the character. And, you know, really you don't see the LEGO logos anywhere on these characters, which is the big dead giveaway. We get the printing from the front and also for like the face. You know, I think it's a nice character. It's definitely something you could get if you can't afford the character, because this character goes for quite a bit on the aftermarket. Same for Director Krennic and 2 others within this lot. But needless to say, this is just another piece of crap. Looking at Director Krennic, now the cape quality is rather interesting. It's not at all like LEGO's typical style. It's very soft from the very back, but then the other side is a little bit more rough, which is rather interesting. We also have like this stain on the cape, which typically you would not see that when it comes to LEGO because they would package them separately from the rest of the characters. And also, as you saw, like the arms, the hands, and also the legs were all taken apart, which is something that LEGO doesn't typically do, and also the head was already attached to the body. But looking at the body, we get the printing from the front, we get a little bit of back printing as well, and then the under the neck accessory for the cape, and then the facial expression. I don't think there is a double-sided facial expression, I might be wrong there, but only the one, yeah. And the flesh tone is a little bit off, and also the hair color is slightly different compared to LEGO's color, and also like the styling for that is also, you can see the major differences where we also have like these marks where it looks like they might have been attached together at one point. But yeah, that's pretty much really all that I have to say for Director Krennic. Just a rather weird character, and you can definitely tell that this is fake. You can look underneath the legs. We don't get your LEGO logo. You can take off the headpiece. We don't get your LEGO logos there either, and you get this weird shape going on over there. And also if you take off the head, no LEGO logo there or either on the bottom of this piece. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for these characters. We also get a gun, which I forgot to mention at all, which we would normally see the LEGO logo somewhere on this as well. It somewhat looks a little bit different than a typical gun, but you know, not really too far off from LEGO. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for these weird characters. Now, opening this one thing I wanted to say right off the bat that's a major difference compared to the last one that I opened is the fact that the legs are already put together with the body, which is just rather interesting. And you can also see that there's like somewhat of a gap going on there. It isn't wanting to go on entirely. Very, very loose now that I see that right there. Very loose connection. So maybe you could juggle that off in a little bit. And the head is connected yet again with that angry clone face, which, you know, the printing on that isn't too bad. I mean, the leg printing really the only thing to complain about with this character. The torso printing looks to be quite nice, and then you can reconnect the arms. You're gonna have to take that head off yet again to put on the under the neck accessory. Legs are really like the only problem so far that I spot with this character. Same type of cape quality that we saw for Director Krennic. For this character, you can plop that right on, and then you get the helmet, which has some printing on the front of that. Helmet seems a little bit big. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that big. I'm just gonna bring this guy in for a quick comparison. You know, it looks fine in my opinion. You can take a look from the very back. Can definitely tell that this is the fake one by the fact that we don't get the Lego logos all over the place, and then we get another one of those bigger guns for this character. And I just think the helmet for this just doesn't look right, in my opinion. I don't know what it is about it, but it just doesn't look right to me, and it doesn't really go on as well. Well, there you go. There's another look at how flimsy those legs are. And looking at the super battle droid that we have. Now, one of the major differences that I spotted between these two characters is that we use more of a pearl gunmetal gray color for the regular Lego battle droids, but here we have more of like a darker gray sort of metallic color, which, you know, I actually like the color for this. For the super battle droids, I wish that Lego would do something like that, but of course you can definitely tell just based off the colors and also like some of the printing styles and molding styles how different these really are by looking at them from the front and from the sides. And also from the very back, you can see some of the imprints are slightly different right here, and you get your Lego logos from the very back. You can see the Lego logo right there on the very back of these legs, but no Lego logo from the very back of these. So right off the bat, we have another K2SO in here that we can just plop off to the side. Same sort of styling as the other one that we have. And then for the character included in here, we have Baze Malbus. Now looking at Baze Malbus, I can compare this one to the one that I own in my collection, where we have a different under the neck accessory for these characters. I thought that was rather interesting of a decision. The printing on the back is somewhat different, where we have a little bit longer printing from the top over here compared to on the actual character. We get the same sort of style where we get that dark red arm, though the hand color is the big difference here. I'm questioning why they decided to use the light flesh tone when you can definitely tell based off the facial expression. I guess they didn't have enough of that color to produce that piece in, so that's really my only complaint with the fake one so far, where we have some things that we typically wouldn't see on regular Lego minifigures. Like for instance, we see that the print completely continues down to the belt piece right there, which is something that Lego hasn't figured out how to do yet, I'm pretty sure. You can just take a look at that. And also just a little bit bigger in general when it comes to the prints, and also some color changes here and there, I guess to avoid copyright, even though they really can't do that with these particular things. And then if you look at the printing for the facial expressions, what have they done? They really damaged this character. And then if you spin it around to the other facial expression on the back of that one, oh my god, just look at that. What did they do? I mean, it's really simplistic, I like that, but what did they do here? It's very weird and odd to me. And did I put the right hair pieces on? No, I did not. And you can also see that there is a huge difference in like the molding style for the hair pieces. And we also get the Lego logo inside these if you're interested in that, and no Lego logo in there. Now along with this character we get a bunch of other pieces. Now I believe this is to build the weapon that's supposed to go on the back of him. I don't really remember how to build this because I took it off the character that I actually have, but just looking at these pieces, this piece, I'm not sure if this is actually something that Lego makes. Well, maybe it is, because we get one of these which is supposed to go in like that, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know what's happening there. It's just very weird and odd to me. We get one of these pieces over here. We get one of these Technic pieces, which is in a dark blue color, something that Lego doesn't produce in that color. I mean, maybe this is supposed to go in there. I'm not sure, because that looks like it's supposed to be some kind of bullet. And we get one of these clip pieces in more of a darker red color than Lego can produce. So a lot of weird pieces, don't know why they have them. I guess it's for the accessory, but it's not something that I have the instructions to build. Now this is certainly something interesting to talk about, where we have this separate bag that has a black Super Battle Droid compared to this dark gray, and I also like the shine to that. You know, very interesting to see something like that. LEGO doesn't produce these in black at all, and you know, they haven't even made this character in LEGO form in quite some time, so I'm hoping that LEGO will eventually give us more Super Battle Droids. But there's just a quick look at these three all together. Black one and dark gray being the fakes, and then this one that has a more metallic color being the real one. And now along with that character, we also get a few other pieces. We get these lightsaber handle pieces in a dark gray color, a different dark gray than we typically see from LEGO. And we also have a slightly different golden color in here and a slightly different brown color. And then we also get this piece in black, which we typically wouldn't see from LEGO. Now in this bag we have one of these Scarif Stormtrooper Shore Trooper Captain minifigures. Looking at the printing, we have that same sort of styling that we saw with some of the other characters, where the printing is connected very nicely between the belt piece and the torso. I also don't really know what's happening with the colors, where we have this more blue color going across the bottom that we don't see on the actual character that I don't own in my collection. We also get this black arm instead of the blue arm that's supposed to match the blue that you see for the torso, which isn't even accurate to the actual minifigure that we got from LEGO. Get another one of those longer style guns, and you know, the printing is just, it's okay, it's fine. You also get another one of those angry clone faces that we all know and love. We also see that on some of the other characters. Here, might as well drag this guy whose legs stuck to the base plate that I put him on, and you can see that there is a slight difference in the printing, where we have thicker styles going on for this character compared to this one that we saw in another bag. And then finally, talking about the helmet, you know, it's just something about it that doesn't look right in my opinion. There's a look at the back printing. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not because I don't have a back shot of this character, but there's just a quick look at that from the front. And now probably one of the more interesting characters in this selection is the tactical droid, which doesn't have the dual molding that we see in the one that we got from LEGO. When it comes to the legs, we see the same legs that we see for the Super Battle Droids, just in this more dark blue color, and we get the same arms that we see for Battle Droids, and then this main mold for the body, clip piece connection all around. There's a look from the very back, and as I said before, you would see the LEGO logo on this character all around if this was actually real. Now for our next minifigure, we have this Imperial hover tank pilot. Now I think this character actually turned out quite nice, other than some of the printing is a little weird when it comes to like the belt area. I like a lot of the shine on this character, which I'm not sure if the actual LEGO version has or not. He's dual wielding two of these smaller pistols that are obviously fake without that LEGO logo, and the printing for the legs, like I said, is just weird, and it doesn't look exactly like LEGO's, and it isn't even really aligned perfectly because you can see that there's more white on this side compared to the other side, which it looks like it actually goes off to the side, which is very weird and odd. Also from the very back we get the printing, and we get that famous angry clone face, which also seems to have that same thicker style that we saw with the last character that we looked at. And then the printing on the helmet, which, you know, looks fine. You know, the helmet just looks weirdly oversized in my opinion. It's just something, feels very wrong about it. Now right off the bat, looking at this character, you can tell that we have a mistake in the facial expression printing, which, you know, is fine because this character is fake yet again. We also seem to have a different skirt piece compared to the one that we have on the actual LEGO one. So looking at that, we have these very nice prints on the LEGO version, and then this one we have, I'm not even sure if that even really is a real like LEGO mold or not, but needless to say, we get the front and back printing, which is really, you can see the huge differences between these two characters. I'm going to take that under the neck accessory off of the actual LEGO one, so there's just a quick look at that. You can see that we have like these thicker lines on the fake one compared to the real one, where we have a lot more thinner lines here and there, and also just like the printing for the torso just looks really bad, and you know, a lot of the colors are just like the same, so it doesn't really blend in very well. You know, flesh tone is kinda off, you can see the colors there, and also we get a white hand on the Lego version, but this one has that flesh tone instead. And then if you just look at the facial expressions, you can definitely tell just how horrible that is, and also the hair pieces, you get a thicker, bigger mold and more soft mold for the fake one. Wrapping things up, here are my real minifigures compared to my fake minifigures that we just unboxed. Get a lot of fake pieces that I'm gonna have to throw out because they don't really work with the rest of the characters. In here we actually got a few interesting minifigures that, you know, are actually nice to add to my collection even though they're fakes, like the tactical droid K2SO is quite nice. As for these guys, especially Director Krennic and these two, those are probably the worst out of the ones that I have here. Definitely you're going to want to keep the helmets on these troopers. The super battle droids are nice to get in different colors, but still, you know, it's just not real Lego, so why even bother buying this? You know, I bought it for $2 because I felt it would make a nice video just to see what these were really like, see how horrible they are, find out their weak points, like if you pull up on a character, the legs stay on the plate, if certain characters had printing problems, where colors got changed, where pieces got changed, and even where like prints didn't even really match the source material. It's really interesting to put these in comparison. As I said, I thought that this would be a fun video to do. Otherwise, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on these fake characters. If you know where they came from, also tell me in the comments below. I would like to know more about these if I can. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to know every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!